In every generation, two forces shape the world. One born of power, the other born of pain.
This is the story of two men, two legends, who walked the same world, but chose entirely different paths.
He was known as Don Vito Corleone. A father, a leader, a man of respect.
From the shadows of Sicily to the heart of New York, he built a name that would echo through history, the Godfather.
He didn't need an army. He had loyalty.
He didn't speak loud.
He spoke wise.
When others took with violence, he gave offers they couldn't refuse. To him, family wasn't just blood. It was honor. It was tradition.
It was survival. He believed in control, but not through chaos.
He moved like a ghost in the system, pulling strings, never getting his hands dirty.
He didn't wear a mask. His face was enough to silence a room. But far from the golden halls of the Corleone estate, in a broken city called Gotham, another man rose from the ashes of tragedy. A boy who watched his parents die in cold blood. A boy named Bruce Wayne.
But the world would come to know him as something else. The Dark Knight.
He had wealth. He had power. He chose pain. He chose sacrifice. While Don Corleone ruled over family dinners and backroom deals, Bruce Wayne trained in the shadows, sharpening his body, torturing his soul, becoming a symbol of fear for the criminals that thrived in the dark. Where the Godfather demanded respect, Batman earned it, through scars, battles, and silent nights.
He wore a mask not to hide who he was, but to become what Gotham needed. Not a hero, not a man, but an idea.
The Godfather believed in influence. Batman believed in action. One leads with wisdom, the other leads with justice. One believes the world can be controlled, the other believes it must be saved. They both lost, they both hurt, and yet they both rose. Don Corleone built an empire that men feared and loved. Batman built a legend that thugs whispered about in alleyways.
Two sides of the same coin. Power and principle. Order and justice. Legacy and sacrifice.
If they ever met, the Don would see a man who refuses to bend. Batman would see a man who bends the world to his will. Both are fathers in their own way. One to his bloodline, the other to his city. So now the question is yours: whose legacy would you follow? Would you sit at the table with the Godfather, or disappear into the night with the Dark Knight? Because in the end, legends aren't born, they're made. And these two, they carved their names in history, not with crowns, but with choices. The Godfather and the Dark Knight. One rules the underworld, the other protects the world from it. Two legends, one story, yours to tell. In the end, the choice between power and righteousness defines us, and each path carries its own burden. Every decision leaves a mark, and every legend shapes the world in ways we may never fully understand. And as these two men walk their divergent paths, the echoes of their choices ripple through time, challenging us to consider our own legacies. In every generation, legends rise, shaped by their triumphs and failures, illustrating the complexities of power and sacrifice. Their stories remind us that every legacy is a reflection of choices made, shaping not only their own lives, but also the world around them.